1, 2. We are live. Welcome back for part two, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how we can adjust this as best as possible. This way, we can give you an all new experience. So, we have the dealership already open. You know what I mean? If you want to buy us a cup of coffee, Venom R1 wins at Cash App. We only accept Bitcoin, baby. Let's rock and roll. So, we're going to try something different. I'm going to use my secondary um, simulator here. Hold up. Let's go. Same thing. See, this has to always be adjusted. Come on. All right. This is no point in this. Take this out. We will see what we have available at the dealership immediately. Let's go. We'll do some exotics today. So we'll go. Mm, actually, you know what? You guys have a great idea. Let's see. All right, we'll do old schools. We'll do the classic designs, right? Uh, only thing we need to modify is the years, okay? So we'll go to modern. We'll go to make sure we have, single owner, clean title, something from my own personal inventory. Very well taken care of, low mileage, affordable, still an exotic. You don't have to break the bank. But once we build your credit, you definitely come and buy an exotic for me. All I want is the opportunity to earn your business. You know, that's it. I'm always here to do business. 504-202-5915, cyraxplex@gmail.com. $ Venom R1 wins in Cash App, and we only accept Bitcoin. The mileage, we'll keep it same criteria, so we'll make sure it's a super, super collectible. Actually, I'll be flexible. I'll put, I can, you know what, older generation, I could put a lot more miles. All right. Now, for the price, we want to stay within budget. Let me see if you guys can guess this on your exams based on all the metrics given prior. You guys ready? Um, this is going to be a vehicle to build credit. So it's an older vehicle. Let's go 60,000, right? No more than X amount of miles. And let's see what is available. We're going to look for the best available option on the market. Um, Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? No, can't even do it like this because if not, this is going to take us out of the budget. But I want you guys to guess what the budget is. What's the criteria of our client? What kind of vehicle are we trying to secure financing for? 5 pages, 5 paragraphs each, 5 computer spaces in between, 5 words per sentence minimum, 5 formats, show the work. It doesn't matter if you do it in audio, visual, interactive, if you use advanced intelligence, all that stuff, just make sure you show the work and you will get credit for it. If you don't show the work, we're going to assume you just programmed it to give you the answers. Okay. So let's see what we have that's reasonable, affordable. I have some for my older clients, but this is it's still fairly nice. You guys want to check it out? Let's check it out. This is for collectors that already have certain vehicles, and sometimes a certain trim or a certain feature completes a collection, but it may not be for, let's say, what the average person is going to look at the car for. They're going to say, oh, it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that, it's not this, it's not. You have to understand these are time period specific specifications. So here we have, let's start fast, right? Let's go right out the gates. 1986 Chevrolet Corvette, rear wheel drive, $18,000, my price. 230 horsepower, 5.7 liter V8. It's a 1986. It had that much power back then, and that's all you needed back then. Excellent credit through Capital One and JP Morgan Chase. I can get you 8.44% dealer APR. So less than $1,000 per month. Now, you still have to have insurance and all the other good stuff. It's yellow, black interior, factory wheels. All right. Flip up headlights, beautiful package. It has the safety package, so it has the mud guards. Those are all factory options. Remember, this is a show car. This is something that was driven from shows to shows. Yellow official pace car. Official pace car. We need to say that again. Official pace car. This means this is the real car right here. There's a signature plate as soon as you open the driver's door to let you know this is the car that the whole world saw. Just like they just had the new ZR1 at these racing events. What do you have right behind it? A 360 Modena. The 360 Modena wishes it could be this car. And because of its shape, it needs more power. This car does it with 230 horsepower. Now, there's a lot of things that can be upgraded from more modern models. And of course, the price, is going to increase dramatically. But because of the good story, the fact that it's a pace car, it's the official one, it comes with the signatures from the engineers. This one is a special piece. But see, most companies will buy this car and they won't invest the money that is required to put it up to modern specs. That's what makes my cars different. You know what I'm saying? This is how we're able to learn from each machine because these are my prototypes. Technology is a very expensive investment, and you have to learn about recycling precious metals to understand this business. And this is a good way to keep my investments moving forward. You know what I mean? I have something really nice. But no, we're gonna keep going. Let's keep going. Let me see. I'm looking at mileage. Again, these are older ones, but let's give you a nice example here. What I like about Corvettes is that people earn these. You know what I'm saying? My oldest son was able to do this on his own. You get what I'm saying? And now the time has come for my younger son to do the same thing. So even as a parent, if I would want to purchase a car like this for my son, it wouldn't be appropriate because this is a car that you earn. This is a 2014 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray Z51 package, 3LT. This is top of the line, almost for the same. Actually, no, my older son paid more for this car. And he got a different color. This is Velocity Yellow Tint Coat. So I ain't even gonna put you on game. 455 horsepower, 6.2 liter V8, one owner car, prototype, personal use vehicle, Carfax, one owner. I am the only owner of this vehicle. This is an investment inside of a portfolio for my company. All you can do is learn from this design, understand that we are a small company, and know we don't have, all the money in the world to be able to do this on our own. Back in the days, you could build prototypes, but to get the real performance to get them to go as fast as you would like for them to be, this is the best way to do it. This is how Horacio Pagani started. This is how John Hennessy started. Just to name a few. This is how Remax started. The company that bought Bugatti, part of the Volkswagen group, they have all the brands. Yes. All the top of the line brands are all going to be Remax cars. They're all the Remax Navara. That is the ultimate car. Over 2,000 horsepower, all electric. Torque vectoring, four wheel drive. That shit is crazy. Let's not even go there. Many, many of those in my collections. Different colors too. This one is yellow, vented hood, carbon fiber top option. It's a 3LT. Exhaust in the center, just like you have the new Z06 and the new ZR1. This is why the value of these cars is always going to be crazy right here. Look at the vent, like just like the McLaren right there on the fender. People thought they were trying to compete with Aston Martin. No, they were competing with McLaren. That the transaxles in the back of this car. This shit got 50-50 weight distribution. It's mid-engine, but it's front mid-engine. This shit basically took the Porsche design and made it better when nobody thought that that was even a possibility. Look at the carbon fiber. That's very good quality carbon fiber. The interior, it's a General Motors product. It's GM. It's as luxurious as they could make it, entry level. You know what I'm saying? If you go put like Lopez Peña interior in here, you're going to add a few $1 million just on leather. So twin turboskis, mandatory. This shit needs turbos. We could put a pro charger on this. We could put superchargers on this. There's different combinations. You really do not need it. This car is not for speed. This is a show car right here. Black interior, platinum piping on the seats. Beautiful, grown and sexy. I worked hard. I built my credit. I, put a good down payment deposit. This is my joint right here. Very well taken care of. It is paddle shifters. I wish it was a standard shift, but it is the seventh generation before they went mid-engine. So this is the prototype right here. You guys are going to be able to purchase this and enjoy it. Now, as far as the silhouette, when you look at the size of the car in real life, it's actually the size of like a DBS Superleggera, Aston Martin. But look how much you're paying. It's $46,000, $550 my price. That's not including commission, brake tax, registration, delivery, all the other fees that come with it. That's not including modifications. Modifications, this is just the entry level to the car. You're not just going to buy this car from me and build credit. This is the down payment for the car that you want to build out of this. We are our own manufacturer. Lopez Peña Leather is going to take this to another level. But now it becomes a high-end lifestyle luxury brand product. It's an emotional connection. It's not about the performance, but the performance is there. Now you're gonna have clients that just want to build credit and maybe get an exotic. Some people are gonna want to invest this money into a build like this because the outcome is so much better. Especially a lot of cars are going with electrification, so this is still a push rod V8 with excellent credit, 850 beacon score. I can get you 8.44%, less than 2,000 a month. You want to know how many miles? This is a 2014, 13,051 miles. This car is brand new. Brand new. It's not too expensive. You don't have nothing to prove. It's not a video game. It's not a movie. You're not going to be driving crazy. You know what I'm saying? This is just something to take care of. If my older son did it, all of my kids could do it because they all receive the same education, the same fundamental core values and beliefs. You know what I'm saying? It is a lottery game. So let me see what else we have. Okay, let's go back to the classics. This is the type of vehicle for like my dad, my uncles, my cousins, my godparents. This is their type of vehicle. 1981 Chevrolet Corvette Coupe. 26,000 my price. one owner. This obviously is not one of my prototypes. This is an older car, but it's still part of the collection. Perfect credit, 850 beacon or better. I can guarantee you 8.44%. And of course, I'm always going to try to beat that. That's common sense. You know, less than $1,000 a month. But it would be a nice addition to any collection. It is, this is that Lamborghini white right here. Factory wheels, factory option built-in spoiler to the shape, to the design, retractable antenna, old school features, Euro and American spec turning signals, flip-up headlights, four-beam design. The only thing is, I'm going to tell you, I remember this from being a kid. My uncle had this car, blue, white interior, white top, plus had the hard top. And because the door handle is on the top of the fender, it is so hard to put your hands and open it. It is so hard, but we can modernize it and just take that feature off because that's one of the things that when you collect a car like this, you don't want to be messing with that. The interior is completely red, red on red. Um, Very basic package. You know, of course, we're gonna put a sound system and all that. We'll put power everything. We'll put new seats, new interior. Everything will be low percent on the interior. You know, obviously airbags, all that stuff. You know, all the safety features that we can put from like a C4 Grand Sport. We'll, definitely install it into this build right here. But again, that right there, 26,000 my price. You're starting in the 30, 40,000 range. 50, 60,000, I can make that shit real fucking powerful, real fast, but exclusive too. So then imagine how much I would have to sell it for. You know what I mean? Okay. Um, what else we have here? Let's uh let's raise everything just a little bit. Okay. Let me see. I got a 2019 Stingray convertible. This one is a 2LT. Again, this is when you're going into the pros right here. If you don't understand this car, you shouldn't even drive anything else. 2019 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray 2LT convertible. Convertible. Tail of the tape. Less than 30,000 miles. 25,570 miles. 850 or better. Beacon, I can guarantee you 8.44%. Less than 2,000 a month. You know what it is? 2019 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray 2LT convertible. Red exterior, black interior, red brake calipers, full body kit from the factory. I already see the spoiler, so when you pull up to a Porsche, the Porsche knows you got the gurney flap edition as well. Paddle shifters again, my newer generation, they like the paddle shifters. Normally they start with the paddle shifters. After they pay them off, they come back for the 6 or the 7 speed, which is double, triple the price because it's completely different. Now, carbon fiber option behind the headrest, power, soft top, beautiful color combination. The entire construction of the wing is not carbon fiber. It's like a military style plastic. You know what I mean? Um, Factory uh Venturi vents, the diffusers, it's all the factory ones, but you can add aftermarket ones if you want to like modify the look of the car. We want to make sure every build is personal, and I try to be like a Chip Fools or like a Gas Monkey Garage. Like I want to design something special and unique and specific for each client. This one has a tow hook, but it can be removed. and it has the black grill, but I can change that out. I can make that carbon fiber. Um, we want to focus mostly on the performance, but then the luxury, and then aerodynamics to suit whatever the balance of those two dynamics is. That's how we build our cars. So this design beat the 911. My company designed the 912. I went in a completely different direction. This is the technology that shows you the difference in evolutions between top of the line cars. This is why, as a collector, it was important for me. I learned from people like Elon Musk to collect these high end cars as an investment where it's not a liability for yourself, but so that you can learn what makes them what they are and then make something better. You know what I'm saying? Make something that's more, you know, the way that it's supposed to be without breaking the bank. Because if I make a car that's $100 million, I mean, come on now. You get what I'm saying? Things have to have their limits. You know what I mean? But it's okay to build your prototype based on something else. So this is like an example right here. Very nice design. Um, I think the driving pleasure of these machines will never be duplicated. Nothing in the universe feels or drives like this. Imagine with a nice sound system, taking good care of it. You don't have to drive fast. It's not that serious. You know, you want to focus on your goals, your education, your dreams, your hopes, your investments, you know, how to find the right person to build a family with. You know what I'm saying? Children, things like that. These things are important. This new generation, they think they got it all figured out. You know what I'm saying? They don't know the fundamentals of how you build a successful business. You know what I mean? This is a good investment because, again, this is less than $2,000 a month, but it builds character. You're not going to, you know, look at the world the same way. You're not going to make financial decisions that are inappropriate. You understand me? Because your focus is on the future. Um, Now, damn, that's a good example too. Um, that was a good example. Let's see what else. Wow, this one, this one is special. I have quite a few of these, and I just remember taking the governors off my joint and seeing how fast that shit really was. I was like, get the fuck out of here, B. Y'all gonna be surprised, but this is a good one. Here we go. 2003 Chevrolet Corvette Z06 hardtop coupe. Okay, 40,000, my price. Nice. I'll give you less than 10% APR, less than 2,000 a month. Mileage, 27,000 miles. We're gonna need another 3,000 miles to do some engineering on top of that. It is titanium quick silver, black interior. And again, my clients that would purchase something with the paddle shifters would pay that off, master it, build a credit, and then go back and buy this. 2003 Chevrolet Corvette Z06 hardtop coupe, one owner, low mileage, less than 30,000 miles. 30,000 my price, 40,000 my price, right? Plus whatever modifications. We could keep the factory paint job. Beautiful paint job, intake in the center fuselage of the vehicle. It does have the Stingray option. It does have that. European and American reflectors, flip up headlights, no convertible top, no target top, no removable top, no hatchback. This is the true coupe. And that makes a huge difference on its top speed. you should already have an idea of what is the top speed. If you can guess the top speed, write an article about it, and you will get extra credit. Now, this one is a 6-speed manual. This is a 6-speed manual. This is professionals only. This is not for everybody. This right here, nah. This one is not anything nice to play with. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very nice. Again, one owner, well taken care of. You don't have to drive crazy. You know what I'm saying? This is a car just like the 81 Corvette that I would give to my dad. This would be like a gift for my father. You know what I'm saying? I don't always agree with my father, but I do always understand. That's my responsibility. You know what I'm saying? He's my father. I love him. I respect him. I've never one time in my life disrespected my father. You know what I'm saying? Not one time. So I appreciate everything. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean we agree on everything. Just like, my kids are older. You know what I mean? We don't agree on everything, but my job is to always understand. This is something that, even though we don't agree on everything, I would say, you know what? This is for everything that you've done. You know what I mean? I greatly appreciate everything you've done, and this is fair. Um, I'm gonna keep it below. Let's do 40,000 max. Let's see what we can find. 40,000 or less. We'll be flexible on colors, options, and mileage. We want to work on what the actual investment is to build credit for your business, for your education, for your investments, whatever you want to do in the future. So this is the same advice I've given to all my kids. Whatever they do with that is completely up to them. Children don't come from us, they come through us. Um, I have a 2009 coupe. It's a 3LT. Now you guys know that it's fully loaded. But I have a 2010 convertible. The 2010 is convertible, but it has 18,000 more miles, right? Not including the mileage we're going to put on it to engineer it. But I have a coupe with 20,000, well, let's say 21,000 miles, almost 21,000 miles. Again, 34,000 my price. I could have this car anywhere in the world, double, triple the price, easy. Um, they're both 3LTs. They're both one owner, original owner. I'm gonna show you the convertible first because I'm retired. I'm at that point in life, right? Silver. It has like the Callaway style wheels. They are aftermarket. They're not factory, but they look nice. Black interior, beautiful color. No longer flip up headlights for this generation. They upgraded the design. They shortened the back end. They put the extra spoiler, which is really a brake light, but it still looks nice. Still classic, traditional, you know, this type of machine. You know what I mean? Vertical top. Again, stick shift. 430 horsepower. The new one has what, 595? That's 15 years later. We're talking base model. This is a 3LT top of the line. Now let's look at the coupe. The coupe is all factory. Even the alloy wheels, which are the chrome wheels, are the factory ones, but dipped in chrome. Okay, 21,000 miles. Perfect credit, 8.44%. Capital One or JP Morgan Chase, of course, will try to beat that. Less than 1,000 if you just want the car. But if you want to modify it, it's going to be 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times the price. So light tint, again, grown and sexy, very well taken care of, climate controlled garage. This is a collector piece vehicle here. You see my other C8s um, next to that, and the cost to collect this car is an amazing bargain. Interior is red on the seats, two-tone on the doors, and it is paddle shifters. Less mileage, older year, still top of the line, same price. If you want the real experience, top of the line, convertible, stick shift, and you don't mind the penalty on mileage, then the silver one is a good choice. The coupe is red interior, two-tone on the door, red seats, but the color is like a quasar. So it's like a quasar blue gray. It might look nice in certain parts of the world. Certain parts of the world, it might not look as nice as you want it to look. But you can always, change the paint color if you like. Um, 15,000 miles. Chevrolet Z06 hardtop. Man, 35,000 my price. That means 45 or better. 15,000 miles, less than 10%, less than 1,000 just for the car if you want to modify 3-4 times the price. Um, Black on black factory Z06 wheels. They look so much different on a non Z06 car. They look nice, but it just throws off the design. These wheels were designed for this body style, and it actually uses the pressure of the design of the wheels. So very nice flip up headlights. We have the carbon fiber mesh uh, covered plating on the front, Z06 on the seats. Again, 6-speed manual, 405 horsepower. This is over 200 miles per hour right here. This is the original car. This is the real prototype 95 C5 Corvette. For people that know about cars, you get a chance to own that for less than 40 grand, excluding all of my fees. 504-202-5915, cyrexplex@gmail.com. $ Venom R1 wins at Cash App. We only accept Bitcoin. Okay, we have another Quasar Blue Gray 2014 Corvette Stingray Z51 package convertible. 35,000 my price, 31,000 miles on it. 7-speed manual. So this is special edition. Okay, one previous owner. Very nice. Soft top convertible. The color is very grown. This was somebody that likes to travel. You know what I mean? This is like the kind of vibe that you get from this build right here. Very nice. I'm grown. I'm not with no negativity. I'm not with the drama. You know what I mean? This is like I have a few motorhomes. You know what I mean? Very, very nice build. And let me see if the interior is, yes, the interior is saddle. This one is nice. That car is already sold, but it's a very nice car. And we could do one more. All right, let's do one more. This will be the last one. 2008 Chevrolet Corvette Coupe, copper orange. All right, 6-speed, 430 horsepower, atomic orange metallic. Good APR, good credit, and all that good stuff. Less than 2,000 a month, less than 10%. Of course, I push my students to pay this off way faster. Factory wheels, not polished, not chrome. Um, True 7-speed, 6 speeds forwards. Removable target top, body colored. Maybe I would change the wheels on this one. I like the package, but I would put like a better set of wheels on this. Tires are in good condition. I will use them for the track. Put it this way, I'll leave these wheels for the track and I'll buy some official top of the line joints. You know what I mean? Just so you can always keep the factory ones. Let me see. All right, so you have your modules. Official test start time, 2 minutes. So those are a lot of options right there. I do have a yellow one. That one is not for sale. I got another black one, but I have another black one with the bronze wheels on it. So it's not really bronze like a gray, but they are very nice. Now, let us move on I gotta get a thing right here. This is better. Okay. Um, Make sure we're up to date. Mm, ok, recuperación. 1 second. So we're about to learn about the Dodgers, baby. Live concert for all the poor kids at the Foundation Dominican Republic. Let's go. Shohei Otani enfrentará bateadores por primera vez este domingo. La superestrella de dos vías originalmente planeó realizar una práctica de bateo en vivo el sábado por la tarde en el Citi Field. Shohei Otani, su presentación de este domingo determinaría qué tan recuperado está. Agencia Associated Press, Nueva York. Shohei Otani tiene previsto enfrentarse a bateadores este fin de semana por primera vez durante su recuperación de una cirugía en el codo derecho. La superestrella de dos vías originalmente planeó realizar una práctica de bateo en vivo el sábado por la tarde en el Citi Field antes del partido entre los Dodgers de Los Ángeles y los Mets de Nueva York, pero después de que los Dodgers necesitaran 13 entradas para ganar 7-5 el viernes por la noche en un partido retrasado por la lluvia que terminó alrededor de la 1 a.m. de la mañana. El manager Dave Roberts informó a la prensa que Ohtani decidió posponer la sesión hasta el domingo debido a la larga y tardía noche. En el siguiente paso para Ohtani en su camino hacia el regreso al montículo, se operó el 19 de septiembre del 2023, la segunda operación importante en el codo derecho desde que llegó a las grandes ligas y no ha lanzado en un partido de grandes ligas desde el 23 de agosto de ese año con los Angelinos de Los Ángeles. Es un progreso para Shohei, dijo Roberts. No suele mostrar sus emociones, pero no entiendo cómo no pudo sentir que está empezando a ser más realista. Todavía no hay una fecha objetivo para el debut de Ohtani como lanzador con los Dodgers, aunque las expectativas son que podría ocurrir en julio. Mucho dependerá de cómo se sienta y de cuál sea el siguiente paso, dijo Roberts. Así que no creo que nadie sepa cómo serán los próximos meses. Roberts no estaba seguro de cuántos lanzamientos lanzará Ohtani ni a qué compañeros de Los Ángeles se enfrentará. Creo que hemos visto los bullpens durante bastante tiempo, así que verlos salir y tratar de sacar a algunos bateadores de las grandes ligas, creo que todos estamos ansiosos por eso, dijo el manager. Ohtani combinó lanzamientos rompientes durante una sesión de lanzamientos el martes por primera vez en su programa de rehabilitación. Antes de eso, el lanzador derecho se había limitado a rectas y splitters. El lanzamiento se ve bien. Es fácil lanzar a 94 o 95 millas por hora. Es un lanzamiento realmente bueno, dijo Roberts. Creo que todos estamos ansiosos por ver cómo se ve ante los bateadores. Cuando decida aumentar la velocidad, yo también estoy muy ansioso, pero todo depende de su horario de verdad. Cuando va a presentar su slider a los bateadores, cuando quiere aumentar la velocidad de verdad. Todo eso es asunto suyo y del médico. Ohtani lanzó un bullpen de 50 lanzamientos el sábado pasado, aumentando desde los 35 lanzamientos de su sesión anterior. Tras ese entrenamiento, el toletero se fue de 6-0 con 2 ponches en la derrota por 11-9 ante los Angels, los angelinos. Roberts reconoció que a medida que aumenta la intensidad del programa de rehabilitación de Ohtani en el montículo, podría afectar su ofensiva como bateador designado. Shohei está muy en sintonía con su cuerpo, pero incluso existe la posibilidad de que si durante la preparación sentimos que está agotado un sábado en particular, juegue ese, no jugué ese partido, dijo Roberts. Simplemente no sé cómo se verá. De verdad que no, pero creo que obviamente deberíamos estar abiertos a ello. En este punto, sin embargo, los Dodgers, campeones defensores de la Serie Mundial, no están planeando que Ohtani haga ninguna apertura de rehabilitación en las ligas menores en el montículo que los sacaría de la alineación de las grandes ligas. Obviamente, la preparación es importante, pero también lo es el hecho de tener 5 turnos al bate en un juego, dijo Roberts. Ohtani estaba empatado en el liderato de las grandes ligas con 17 home runs antes el primer partido de la serie el viernes por la noche contra los Mets, una revancha de la serie de campeonato de la Liga Nacional del año pasado. El 3 veces jugador más valioso, quien también se operó el hombro izquierdo durante la pretemporada, bateaba para 0.304 con 31 carreras impulsadas y un OPS de 1.053. Lideraba las grandes ligas en carreras anotadas con 52. En otras noticias, Roberts dijo que el lanzador derecho Tyler Glasnow se sintió muy bien después de lanzar 16 o 19 lanzamientos el viernes en su primera sesión de bullpen desde que entró en la lista de lesionados del 28 de abril. No sé qué significa eso en términos de velocidad, pero sé que lo estaba logrando bastante bien, dijo Roberts. Glasnow, inflamación del hombro derecho, es uno de los 14 lanzadores de los Dodgers en la Liga Nacional. Okay. Perfecto. Ahora vamos a ver si baja. Vamos a ver. Ok. Nope. Todo bien. Entonces ahora we have an additional module. That's done. Okay, perfect. We're in excellent time. So let's go Google News and let's let's go to technology. Okay, this is okay. I'll give you these two. How's that? Cool. Please log on to zdnet.com and thank you for sponsoring today's episode. Okay, why you can trust ZDNet. ZDNet independently tests and researches products to bring you or best our best recommendations and advice. When you buy through our links, we may earn a commission. Home tech computing tablets, iPad. You can buy the newest iPad mini model for $100 off on Amazon, and I highly recommend it. While I wouldn't buy the iPad mini 7 solely for its AI features, its ultra portability still reigns supreme among Apple's tablet lineup, and it's on sale ahead of Memorial Day. Written by Miss Maria Diaz, staff writer, May 24th, 2025. Let's see if we can do our profile as we always do. And extra, read all about it. Maria Diaz, staff writer. Maria Diaz is a staff writer based in the Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina area with a passion for home automation and a background in graphic design, photography, and filmmaking. She has a bachelor's degree in mass communication and experience in journalism. Okay, give me one quick second. I have to adjust this. All right, perfect. And here we go. ZDNet's key takeaways. Number one, the iPad Mini 7 is available for $500. Hold up, and I just realized something. That way I can have them both there. Okay. All right. These are the key takeaways, right? ZDNet's key takeaways. These are all three. Let's start back with number one. The iPad Mini 7 is available for $500, but is currently $100 off. Number two, the compact iPad Mini 7 has gone everywhere with me this past week, fitting easily into bags and purses without weighing them down. And number three, aside from the more powerful A17 Pro chip, the iPad Mini 7 isn't much of an upgrade, especially for sixth generation users. Plus, its display tops out at 60 hertz. $399 in Amazon, $399 at Apple, $499 BH photo and video. Yes, indeed. Okay. The iPad Mini 7 is currently $100 off at Amazon, with the lowest amount sitting at $399. This deal applies to all three storage options. I've used many tablets, but never considered getting an iPad mini. Because of its size, the small 8.3-inch tablet has always been the go-to for my nieces and nephews, and I never really saw a need for a small tablet when I already have a 6.7-inch iPhone 14 Pro Max. However, my perception changed when I began using the latest iPad Mini 7. I've always loved a big display on a tablet, but I underestimated just how convenient a compact iPad would be in my daily life. I've taken the iPad Mini 7 everywhere the past month, able to slip the 8.3-inch device into my purse without weighing it down or sticking out of my bag. As a result, I've used the iPad mini in different situations where I found myself looking for entertainment, including during long medical infusions that require me to sit in a chair for nearly 5 hours. Unfortunately, that's where the iPad Mini 7 hits its limits. Entertainment. The small tablet isn't a power user's dream or a remote worker's take anywhere solution. Truthfully, it's easier to work on my cheaper iPad 10th generation than the $500 iPad Mini 7. So it's hard to justify the price for a tablet that's mostly good for playing games and consuming media. So this is a civilian application design, right? But you know, if you're creative enough, maybe you can use it better. The iPad 10th generation larger screen gives me more real estate to edit photos and videos. Ah, she's a power user for all my students designing digital media, right? And content creation. And there are many reputable keyboard options for writing and editing documents. However, the iPad's 10th generation doesn't support the Apple Pencil Pro or Apple Intelligence, which the iPad Mini 7 does. The iPad calculator's math notes will make calculations for you and tell you when you make a mistake in red. Maria Diaz for ZDNet. The iPad Mini 7 features the A17 Pro chip, the same processor found in the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max, and is also compatible with Apple Intelligence. I tried Apple Intelligence features in the iPad Mini 7 as soon as iPad OS 18.1 was released, and ever since. This software update included writing tools, the redesigned Siri, priority notifications and messages, summarization tools, smart reply, and the cleanup tool in photos. More updates have added extra tools like ChatGPT in Siri, and I really like having text conversations with the virtual assistant now. I found more glitches in Apple's game mode than I did using Apple's intelligence, but I wasn't wowed by the iPad mini's generative AI features. In the iPad mini defense, the game mode glitches appear to be in an iOS 18 and iPad OS 18 issue rather than a device specific issue. I've encountered the same ones in my iPhone 14 Pro Max since updating to iOS 18. As someone who uses ChatGPT and other generative AI tools daily, I find that Apple Intelligence features need to be more polished and further developed. This isn't all that's surprising since Apple has notoriously fallen behind in the AI race, but I, like many other Apple users, was hoping for more. For this reason, I would not recommend buying an iPad Mini 7 simply because of the AI features, but I recommend it to someone looking for a future proofed entertainment tablet that can go almost anywhere. If I can adjust this here a little bit better. Okay. ZDNet's buying advice. The iPad Mini 7 is compact and fast, and its Apple Silicon's processor is built to last for years. It's an excellent companion tablet for Apple users looking for a device to go with them. It also performs well for quick work, like editing a video in CapCut or a social media post in PS Express. Apple appears steadfast in making Apple Intelligence its future, but the road has been full of obstacles and stumbles. While Apple promises a great generative AI toolset, the company currently has a lot of balls in the air. If you're on the fence, buy the iPad Mini 7 for the entertainment tablet it is and not what Apple promises it could be. If you're a power user looking for a more capable tablet, you do best to look elsewhere. So let me see. Okay, so we're finished there. And the moment you've all been waiting for. Here we go. GeForce RTX 560 5060 laptops available starting today from $1,099 by Mr. Andrew Burns on May 19th, 2025. Powered by NVIDIA Blackwell GeForce RTX 50 series laptops bring game-changing capabilities to gamers and creators. Multiply performance with NVIDIA DLSS 4 multi-frame generation. Generate images at unprecedented speed, power through work. Unleash your creativity with NVIDIA Studio apps and use of AI innovations on the go in the thinnest and longest lasting RTX laptops yet, optimized by our newest Max-Q technologies. Longest lasting RTX laptops yet, optimized. Now, there are even more options for people wanting access to the latest innovations in, okay, in a mobile form factor with the launch of GeForce RTX 5060 laptop GPUs available in the new models from every major manufacturer starting at $1,099. These laptops are as thin as 14.9 millimeters, give gamers double the performance of the previous generation with the power of NVIDIA Blackwell and DLSS 4 and enable 100 frames per second in your favorite games. Creators can leverage the latest AI advancements to accelerate creative workflows. Students can accelerate performance in apps used in engineering, architecture, computer science, data science, economics, and more. We teach master classes at my university for everything from engineering, architecture, computer science, data science, economics, and more. Play, create, and work longer on battery thanks to Blackwell innovations and Max-Q power optimization. So we are in an excellent time, and we want to thank you guys for spending some time with us here in this gathering of the minds. We hope you have an amazing day. And we'll be right back with part 3 after these brief commercial messages. 504-202-5915, cyrexplex@gmail.com. And if you want to buy us a cup of coffee, $Venom R1 wins at cashapp.com. I'm your host, and I'll be right back. You guys got the best teacher in the whole universe. I'll be back. God bless.